Happy New Year's, everyone. This is Bottles and Bitchin, where the bottle of wine goes in and the bitchin comes out. Today is the 29th of December, and we are here. My name is JT.
I'm Christy.
And we are going to be drinking some bottles of wine. Mm-hmm. And, of course, bitchin. So, Christy, what are you drinking today?
I'm drinking Stone Cliff Sangria Classic Red. And actually, I haven't even started drinking it yet, but I'm holding it in my hand.
That's awesome. I think I am... So, it looks like today I am drinking Dragonstone Riesling. From Lietz. I'm assuming that's how you say it. So,
great.
I think we can pour
Cheers,
away.
Buddy.
Cheers.
Woo. What a lovely sound.
That is quite the sound. So today we are going to be focusing on the topic of New Year's. And first of all, I think it would be kind of cool to kind of reflect and look back on this year for the both of us. So I think this year was a tremendous year for me personally. It was a year of growth, even though there was many things happening in our world. But personally, I feel like I went through a journey of craziness, excitement, love, heartbreak, but also in the end, like a great change and a great maturity.
Sounds like a great movie.
Yeah, right. Coming out soon.
2018's been good. I got to travel a lot. That was good. Went through a lot personally, just like growing and learning about myself and my past and just kind of bringing it all together. And now I'm looking forward to the future.
Yeah, and I think, 2018 for me at least, because talking about change, talking about going through like depression and going through all those things, like we all reach at some point, we reach like a low point.
Right.
But we have to somehow come back up. And so I think it was weird because like 2018 for me started out really nice. Mm-hmm. And it kept getting higher and higher and higher and kept elevating until finally it like reached its peak, and then it went, oh, this isn't so great, and then it went down a little bit, but then it went right back up. So it wasn't like a terrible like, ooh, we went all the way back down, you know?
Right.
So because I think after every single year we try to say, okay, we're going to keep going up, we're gonna start fresh, we're gonna start a new slate, when really, you know, you can't start over unless you're born again.
Exactly.
So I think this year has been beneficial, and it has been kind of an eye-opening experience into what I feel like, even as a 27-year-old. I said that really funny.
That's
year-old.
okay.
27-year-old. I feel like I've actually finally become an adult.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I'm 26, so I'm a baby. But I would say this year was really important for me in personal growth. I started therapy around this time, December of 2017. And so most of 2018, I was really focused on self-improvement and just learning a lot about myself and figuring out how to cope with a lot of things, not to get so deep already.
That's all right.
But I mean, I learned a lot about myself, and I'm already doing so much better than I was doing a year ago. I mean, a year ago, I had a hard enough time realizing I need to go to therapy, and now I'm kind of taking a break from it already. So,
you know, and going on that topic, Christy, would you say, because I feel like there's this kind of, for people in their 20s specifically, not to categorize, but millennials in general, they have this idea that therapy is a bad thing. Like, therapy is like, one, it can be expensive. Mm-hmm. Two, it's like, oh, I don't want anyone to know that I have things that I'm dealing
crazy.
with, you know? Yeah, right.
Yeah, no, I would say that kind of comes from our parents' generation. They're so afraid of thinking there's something wrong with them. And that's such a generalization, but really, I mean, like, for personally my parents, they had a hard time like understanding that both their kids need therapy and they both have depression, and it's not something that's wrong with them or us. It's just part of life. And we have depression, we have anxiety, and it's, you know, we're learning to cope with it. And that's a great thing about millennials now, is we're learning that we need to focus on our own mental health and take care of ourselves. We're in a very, depending on how you look at it, kind of depressing world right now. And so we're trying to, you know, take care of ourselves at least. And I think it's so important to talk about it.
I think so too. And I think there's a lot of people out there I know specifically I've been through points where I know I've come to you, I've come to other people in a time of need, and it seems like that was almost therapeutic in a sense.
Yes,
and
totally.
I feel like a lot of people out there need to have that aspect of maybe if therapy still is scary or something that seems kind of taboo, to find an output for them to put their energy into make things a little bit happier, a little bit brighter, whatever that be, like creating music. That's something I do, or playing a video game, or going outside for a walk, or being with a dog or a friend, or whatever it is.
I mean, there's so many resources out there now, especially with
it's crazy
how much information's on the internet, how many podcasts there are out there about
Right.
mental health. I mean, there's so many resources to at least just get the advice or the things you need to ponder to find your happiness and your balance.
Totally. What would you say in 2018 was your happiest moment, or a moment that you felt the happiest or the most joy?
For me, it was traveling. Okay. I went to Guatemala this year, and that was so incredibly important because it showed me, I've done international traveling before, but it was never really about the experience. I was so focused on other things, and this was just purely, let's go and just see what it's like and just kind of let the experience flow over us. And it was an escapism, but it was so much more like we learned a lot about ourselves and excuse me. I think my most happy moment was definitely traveling and just learning more about the world around us.
It seems to me that you've learned that you want to travel more.
Yeah. If only I had $1 zillion.
We are also accepting donations.
Yes,
right?
Bottles and Bitchin is accepting any sort of sponsor. I will tell you all about my underwear. MeUndies, come sponsor us.
Right. So what would you say, okay, now going on the opposite end.
Yeah.
What would be the moment where you didn't feel the happiest, but you also sought for change, right?
Yeah.
A moment of lowness, but then was picked up.
I think that's kind of just overall my general feeling of 2018 was a lot of downs with a lot of focus on how to find the up, so totally. I don't know if I have one moment of down, because I mean I had
we all have many. We all have many. Truly, we all do.
I can't think of one specific low, but I definitely know that there was a point in the summer where I just got to the lowest point of my own journey, and I had to do some big realizations and really finding my independence. And this is why when you were talking about 26, 27 is a good time where you really feel like you've become an adult. That was one of my moments where I was just like, you know what, I'm on my own, I gotta figure this out, this is what I'm gonna do for me, and that step. So I had to get to that low.
That's a
to
huge
make
step,
that
though.
step to be like, okay, now I'm on my own, and this is where I control what I do now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Dang, that's a big step.
So deep.
Well, I did feel that way in 2018 specifically. 2017 was a fun year. So was 16 and 15 and 14. Because you think, I'm graduating college.
Right.
I'm going to conquer the world and change the world, and that's fantastic. It's a great outlook. But then when you get into the real world, you start to realize,
smacks you in the face.
Yes, it does in many respects, and then you kind of you go backwards to go forward. Yeah. Because I know in 2018, the hardest point for me was just balance. I think that was the hard. I took so much on that my own mental health was kind of going crazy. But then in the end, it was great. I became an equity actor. That was the highest point. Woo! Finally, after 27 years of life, I finally made it. But it comes with its own challenges, but it also comes with its own hustle and its own amazing capabilities to move myself forward into my own career. And but that's 2018.
Yeah.
But 2019, there's a whole plethora of new things that are going to happen, right?
Sure.
Do you have a New Year's resolution?
I mean, every year I have one where it's like, I'm going to work out and lose weight, just like every single other American.
Gyms have to be raking in that
Yeah,
dough, right?
exactly. And it's like, you know, every year it lasts maybe a month, and then I'm over it. And I'm like, you know what? I'll just be fat. I'm happy.
God.
It's just you give up. So what's the point of a resolution?
You know, going off that gym thing real quick. So I was at the gym the other day, and so I'm working out with my trainer, and it literally like every 10, 15 minutes, it would get stopped because he's the only trainer in the building. And so this is at Planet Fitness, by the way. Planet Fitness, you
Sponsor
can also
us.
please sponsor us. So we're working out, and then like we're getting into it, and just when we get really, really into it, he has to like pull out and just kind of like wow, that sounds terrible, but bitchin'. So he has to just leave and talk to these people about becoming a member for $10 a month, which is just like what kind of spiel do you have to give to go to a gym for $10 a month?
Yeah,
it's the cheapest thing around, and you get me as a trainer. But I was talking to him. I go, oh, you know, I bet, you know, the first or the second of the month of January has to be like pure hell for you. He goes, yeah, I'm looking for the day, you know, the day I don't have to work. The day I don't have to work those days. Because he's also waiting for every machine to be full, and then he can say I can retire. That hasn't happened yet, but I'm thinking that it might pretty soon, because I work out just to relieve my stress. And all the things that are happening are like, you know.
The thing is with resolutions, people just look at, well, I want to lose weight, so I'm going to start working out. And like there's all this pressure of losing weight for your summer body. And
who is that for? Who is that for? Like
the tabloids that are going to take pictures of you on the beach.
Right. Just so you know, that movie that you watched is real life.
But wow. I don't know. I think the mentality you have to have about sort of resolutions like that is it's not just you work out and you lose weight. It's you make a lifestyle change, and that's like a huge amount of pressure. I mean, it's small steps, baby steps.
I was watching on TV, and there was this motivational speaker, and he was talking about the losing weight, the dieting, right? And he wasn't talking about physical weight. He was like, look at the people that are in your life that are changing you for the better, and then look at the people that are not helping you grow. And like that is a diet, like removing the people that are not helping you, but keeping those and then growing from that.
You need to go on a cleanse, a juice cleanse for the people in your life. Get rid of those toxic people.
That's
get
right.
rid of your toxins.
And then you will lose your weight. Your mental health will grow, and then this weight will be lifted.
Exactly.
And actually, I did that in 2018, and I have to tell you, it's been great. It wasn't like I wasn't going through friends that follow me on Instagram and going, oh man, I don't know who you are.
Goodbye with you, toxin.
Later. Unfollow, which is apparently like the worst thing that can happen to you nowadays.
Yeah.
Well, I also would say the worst thing is getting evicted. But so yeah, right. Comparison: unfollow or getting evicted. But so he was saying that it's not just New Year's. It's not New Year's. It's every day. You can make a resolution every single day. It's not one day out of the year where you can just be like, I'm going to make a change in myself, but I can't do it now because it is the 29th and I have to wait a couple days for the 1st.
Yes.
Right? You can start right now. You can start in a month. You can start in a week, in a couple hours, whatever it is. But I found it really interesting because I didn't really think of it the way of like, dieting, because everyone associates probably the number one thing on Family Feud would be lose weight, get in shape, make yourself like your appearance better to the world. But in my mind, I think it's a crock of shit because I see people at the gym for like 2 hours on New Year's or the day after, and I never see them there again.
Yeah.
And that's just so common. But not to say, don't sign up for a gym. If you're sponsoring us, please, subscribe to that gym. But it's a great thing, but you have to make sure the mentality is for you. Not that
Exactly.
like, the tabloids or anything
Exactly.
like that.
Yeah.
So I guess I really don't believe in New Year's resolutions.
Well, it's at least motivation for, I don't know about like new start, but just at least reflecting. I think New Year's is all about reflecting on the past and really like looking forward and how can I make my future the next year a better year. So for me, like I'm looking at trying to get more of a daily routine, and these are all just slow little steps of just like maybe wake up a little bit earlier and spend more time getting ready and feeling good about my day instead of just quick jumping out of bed, throwing on my glasses and going to work and not even like caring about my appearance. Not that I'm saying like you should care about your appearance, but if you have a routine, you just feel better about your day. You feel better about, going into work because you've been up for a little bit and you're not dragging yourself out of bed.
I think that's also a career-driven resolution, which is kind of really nice.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about, like, what the hell would I didn't even think about my New Year's resolution because of recent, maybe a month or two ago, I've already started focusing so much on myself and my own
And it really shows. I love it.
Oh, thank you. I mean, I have loved it from the beginning, but I also will want to continue that. There's no reason not to. But I think career-driven, as an actor, have it's hard because sometimes you're given a choice like, do you go for this or do you try to take a risk and go for that other thing? But you can't really choose both. So I think like for 2019, if I had to choose something, it would be more so honing what I think is going to be my future, but being okay with failure. Like,
well, yeah.
So that is still something that is hard for me to cope with. Is like failure and then like picking yourself up right then and there and going like, I'm okay with like no, but if it's just consistent enough that like after a year or two, it's still no. I got to start finding my own path. But I haven't reached that way. I haven't reached that path yet.
I mean, life is trial and error.
It is.
And you just got to keep motivating yourself to go through it. I mean, it's a hard career to be in the entertainment industry. I mean, you got to keep going and going and going and going, and you can't stop. Because when you
She says that now because we're recording the podcast, so I guess now we have to record another one. And another
we got to keep going and going and
going.
going. We can't stop, and then we fail. No, I mean, failure is such a part of life, and it's so important to reflect on it and not see like, oh, I failed and now I can never do anything again. It's more of, okay, that didn't work. Why didn't it work? How can I improve and make it better? I mean, that's what life is. You're never going to like be like, I'm a success for everything.
Yes, I'm going to be the guy that watched Glee one time and go on stage and become the main role on Broadway and then tour and never have to work again in my life,
Right.
I mean, that's how life works.
And maybe there's success stories out there like that.
Oh my God,
really,
please.
In reality,
if that is a thing, I would love to read about it and then laugh at it and then cry later on in the bathroom. But I think 2019 is going to be the year for me, the year of risk. The year of risk and being okay with the risk. I think I'm just going to leave it at that. Leave you in suspense.
cryptic.
Okay, we're about 20 minutes
Yeah,
in.
we need to get down with this.
I know.
Wes.
We've been talking too much that we can't be like chugging this wine, so I'm going to take a minute to finish my glass here.
Lovely gulping sounds. Sorry. Don't make you laugh while you're drinking wine, I guess.
Yes, that's true. My Riesling deserves seriousness.
I chose sangria because it's a lot easier to drink a whole bottle of sangria than
Than a bottle
dry.
of Riesling. Yep.
Well, Riesling's not dry, but yeah.
It's drier.
What kind of wines do you like the most?
Ooh, I go with back and forth. So, like, if it's alcoholic, I'll drink it. Not to say I have a problem with alcohol.
Alcoholic.
Like,
Ooh.
if I had to choose, like, I'll give you a scenario.
Oh, God.
It's winter and in Wisconsin.
And we're in 3 lakes in a cabin.
In a cabin with a fireplace.
Oh.
So I would, if that was the scenario where I'm in the middle, surrounded by middle of really nowhere, but up north.
I mean, we're somewhere.
We are somewhere. You're right. We're on a map. And we're surrounded by trees and snow and the Christmas spirit.
It's so beautiful.
The holiday spirit if you don't celebrate Christmas. And we are surrounded by, there's a fireplace in front of us. I would be drinking probably a Cabernet Sauvignon.
Yes.
I think I would go
Cabernet is
more.
exactly what I would say.
Go more for that.
We do have mulled wine, but we would not
Oh
be able
no,
to drink a whole
I don't
bottle
think we
of that.
could. I really don't think we could. Well,
We have so much wine here.
when you go up north, you have to
You have
stock
to have
up.
a lot of wine.
You have to stock up on wine.
I mean, the only thing in town is winery anyways, so.
But no vineyard. This is something I learned the hard way.
Yeah.
They get it all shipped in.
Yep.
In the iron, are you drinking Three Lakes?
No, I'm drinking Stone Cliff Winery. I
So
don't
we
even
went
know
up
where that
north and we
is.
didn't even drink the
I know,
wine that
this
is
from
up here.
Dubuque, Iowa.
Wow.
My bad.
So I'm refilling my glass here.
Yeah, I'm already there.
All right.
We're about halfway into the bottle, and we're not even
Oh,
halfway
God.
into the podcast. So
I
there
have
you go.
definitely. I'm a little
There
bit
you
more than
go.
halfway. Well, here we go.
We're
So
in pace.
I think it's kind of funny to think about. Personally, for me, in relationships of 2018, good, all pretty much good.
Sure.
Sure. I mean, I learned a lot, and again, that's why I think that I've matured a great deal from 2017 to 2018, and
I'd say even within 2018, within the last few
yeah,
months.
just in the last few months,
Yeah.
I would say that it's been an extreme amount of growth. But one thing that always is kind of interesting to me is New Year's is like a big celebration. Everyone's partying, everyone's drunk. Like if you're sober, it's like because you're either choosing it or you slept in. But like I think one of the weirdest traditions is this like aspect and idea of a New Year's kiss.
Yeah.
I don't even know the origin, but I'm curious as to what.
know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Like someone was
Wow.
like,
We're not
"You
here
gotta-"
to educate you,
No.
you guys.
We're here to go. Oh, kiss me!
don't
It's a new
know.
year.
Well,
I
yeah.
need a woman, and like,
Yeah.
or a man. I don't know. Oh, we got like a little buzzing in our
Yeah.
ears, but it's because
Oh,
we were
we're
probably
okay.
like really loud
We're
in that
okay.
last
Yeah,
one.
that was me.
Um,
Sorry, guys.
it's all good. So, New Year's kiss thoughts. Do we are we like, oh, it's super cool? Like you can pull up any random person and be like, hey, look, I know you're married to that guy sitting next to you in the bar, but also I'm a single man that just needs to get into the new year. Okay. Because if I
I've
don't get the
definitely-
kiss, ugh.
Yeah, no, I've definitely been there where it's like, okay, so we're all gonna get drunk at this bar and find whoever's willing to kiss you at midnight. Which it's like, there's so much pressure in a New Year's kiss because it's like, if you're single, does that mean you have to find somebody for your New Year's kiss?
I'm sure there's like a hunt.
Yeah.
I'm
and
sure
it's
there's like a
and then
hunt.
what does that mean to that person that you kissed? Like, am I supposed to now like date you? Like, if there's this pressure that like, oh, we started this year together, so we have to end this year together, and it's like you don't even know this drunk person in the middle of a towny bar in the middle of
You know
Three
what?
Lakes.
But one of my favorite things I've seen is I was at a theater celebration. Oh, not a theater celebration, but a celebration at a theater for New Year's, and I saw a dude like kind of pull what it seemed to be a random woman. I'm assuming was, because if it's not and it's someone that they knew, it would be a bad story that I'm about to say. So he just like is wandering, he's kind of stumbling, and he's like, oh, and we're like, Happy New Year's, and he goes, and he like grabs this
Oh
woman
my God.
and just kisses her, and then they look at each other, and then they just start making out.
Oh
And
my
I
God!
go-
Don't be that guy.
And I went, so is that a New Year's kiss?
And do you want
like-
your New Year's kiss to be this drunken, sloppy,
Yeah. Hey,
messy?
if you're into
I mean,
dogs,
I've been
I
there.
guess
I'm not
it's.
judging. I've been there.
But I think there is this idea that maybe single men or even single women, in a sense, there's like, especially if they go out with friends who are in relationships, there might be like, now it's even heightened even more. Like, okay, they're going to get their kiss, but what about me? Am I going to be alone forever if I don't get this kiss?
Right.
Are the gods going to be in my favor? Why
And
are there
there's
a
all
bunch
this,
of,
like, weird,
yeah.
superstitious pressure on it. Neither of us even know where that came from.
No.
Wow, I'm already slurring my words.
That's right. We're almost halfway through.
Yeah, so like, I mean, my first New Year's that I went out, I went to a certain theater that was in the Bayview area, and
That's where my story came from.
oh God, they had a burlesque show, and I was like all excited about it. I was in a relationship at the time, but I was out with single friends, and the significant other of mine at that time was not with me, so it was a little weird because when it comes to that New Year's kiss, I don't have the physical person that I'm supposed to be there with, for the next year. Ooh. And so it's just like you text them, and then I kissed my lady friends.
So that's a really good question. Okay, do you believe, would it be considered a line or a segment of cheating if your significant other wasn't there and you kissed another person? Let's say like there's a long distance relationship. We'll call her Sarah and Jim. Mm-hmm. So Sarah and Jim are on the opposite ends of the country and see each other now and then, but work gets in the way. So they go out for New Year's and Jim kisses a girl.
I'd say that's cheating.
Okay. On New Year's?
Yeah.
So even a New Year's
it
kiss?
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's still cheating. Like you kiss somebody else's.
Okay, we going down to facts here.
But for me, I mean, I'm a bisexual woman, and at that time I was dating a man, and I had a very attractive lady friend with me, and on that New Year's, and we totally drunkenly made out on New Year's Eve.
So now, did you have to call her? Were you dating after that? Like
no. But do I consider that cheating? Probably, because I mean that relationship was going downhill anyways. I mean, I'm not like a self-proclaimed cheater, but at that moment, you're emotionally with somebody else.
Also, like, there's a shit ton of booze, and who's to say? So I wonder, because it's fascinating to me.
But that's not an excuse,
No.
Like.
But also, like, I've been in a situation where I am with my significant other, and we go out, and we're all kissing each other. I know that sounds so weird, but that's
very theater.
But it's
it
does. But like it wasn't even in college. It was right. We were at said bar in Bayview.
Oh, okay.
And we were all like, it's kind of the would you say the equivalent of cheersing, like, but we're cheersing with our mouths. Like we're all just going in, like, trading kisses.
Cheersing with our mouths.
And then we found out we had mono.
Cheers and
so,
like, oh, God.
Just kidding.
Just cheers and drink the champagne, guys. It's not that important.
Oh, but, like, when you're... I mean, okay. I want to meet the one person that can, like, get New Year's Eve drunk and not want to kiss someone.
Well, everyone wants to kiss someone when they're drunk.
Oh, wow. You learn something new every day. No, but I think one, there is a hunt. Mm-hmm. There is an expectation.
There's a lot of pressure on
so I think and I think there's well, now even worse in 2018 going into 19 is like you can't just grab anyone because then there's going to be something that happens. Right? So it's kind of like you have...
You mean like sexual harassment?
Yeah, like
assault?
you can't just like grab someone and go...
Well, you should never have done that in the first place.
That's true. Are we learning, kids? Are we learning something? So always ask
Consent
before.
is important.
Yes, always ask.
Guys.
So...
No, I mean, even being in a relationship and going out with my significant other on New Year's, it's still weird for me to have a forced kiss. Like, I love... my boyfriend, I'll kiss him whenever, like, okay. But it's weird to be forced to do it.
I want to know why it's weird.
I don't know. It's like the Hallmark Valentine's thing.
Oh, is it too cheesy?
It's just like, I don't know.
Like, are you worried about, like, oh, man.
Because I don't know what it really means, and I don't, like,
sure,
yeah, I'll kiss him, whatever, like, that's fine, I probably will.
So you're not superstitious in the meaning of, like, if you don't kiss him,
well, see,
it's gonna,
but there's that
like,
pressure underneath it, and I don't believe it.
Mm-mm.
But
neither do I. But I'm not going to complain if someone pulls me and kisses me. Damn.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to complain if my boyfriend kisses me at midnight. That's not the problem. It's just more of like there's this weird pressure on it, even if you're in a relationship, that it's like. I don't know. I don't like forced kissing. Let me just kiss when I want to kiss. Thank you.
I'm gonna kiss at 12:03.
Yes.
Yeah, it is
And
interesting.
also you get like glitter showering down on you, and then that gets in your mouth, and then you're like kissing each other with glitter. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if you had enough champagne, it won't matter until the morning. But picking out the glitter and all that stuff. But I think going back to this one last time, as a single man, I think it's. I mean, I wouldn't mind it. It's a great thing.
It's fun, it's a fun night out.
Especially for the single people.
Yeah, it's a fun night out, but it puts that pressure on it.
So, yeah, because I know that New Year's is all about togetherness and coming together to start new and start fresh. But where does that come in with this, like, kiss? So are you kissing all your sins away? Are you know what I mean? I don't know the origin, and neither does she, so we're kind of like spitballing here. And I welcome to the cabin where there's no internet and
we
no
can't
way
look
to
this
look
up.
it up.
We would love to look this up and give you the true definition, but
I guess we could have planned this better.
yeah,
but
we could have researched, but
it's a podcast, not a video.
Yes.
So I think, so all in all, New Year's kisses, if you want to do them, do them. If you don't, try to do them anyway.
Don't feel that pressure.
No,
don't feel that pressure. Don't listen to him.
Consent is always the key, children. Consent is always the key.
Yeah.
But speaking of sloppy things, parties.
God.
New Year's have you ever hosted a New Year's party?
No.
Ooh.
I've gone
You've
out
never
to
hosted it?
bars. I've never
You've never hosted a New Year's party?
I love hosting parties.
You
but
do? I'm kind of surprised that you haven't.
I don't know. I've never hosted. I mean, my family loves to do vacations for New Year's, so we always go to some secluded place or whatever.
Okay.
And then when I first became 21, that's when I went out to the bars, and that was a lot of fun. They're open until like 4 a.m.
Or
stuff.
until the last person leaves. Right.
Right. And so, I really like bar hopping and seeing different crowds, and I love going to the gay dance nightclub when it was still open.
Right.
So yeah, no, I've never hosted a New Year's party.
Have you been to any, even in college or anything like that?
No. I've always
everyone
done
was on
something
break?
with my family. Yeah, everyone's on break, and I've always
yeah.
been with my family. And then after college, it was just
I feel
just went to the bars.
I know. Like, I guess progressively, since like we start with the bars, we start going into the 30s, 40s, and 50s and 60s, and as we get older, we just start hosting the parties because. I don't know. The only time I've seen like a 60-year-old was when I was in London partying on New Year's, and he bought us all a bottle of champagne. And only overseas do they just get down.
Old people party too, okay?
On New Year's,
but they go to
hell
like
yeah.
fancy hotels and
That's
stuff.
true.
They do things at the Pfister or whatever.
That's right. Pinkies up, everyone.
Yeah.
But so I don't think I've been to a New Year's. Well, I've been to like a New Year's party with like my parents and stuff, but I too was always going to like, I'm going to get crazy with my friends and like drink and celebrate and bring in the new year and get glitter in my hair and regret it in the morning,
That's
but
what
not
it's
regret
supposed
it. Not regret it because we always start fresh. So
always fresh.
always fresh.
Or you start on a low, and so then the rest of the year
there's only
always
up
up.
to go. Up to go. Geez, I should like, go to a college campus and just see how many people walk back to their dorms after New Year's.
I mean,
they're all on
campuses
break.
are on break.
Yeah, I keep thinking that's going to be a real thing, but it's
I mean,
not.
when I was in college, I did do winterim classes, but I think that was after New Year's.
You didn't do anything fun during winterim classes?
No.
just classes. Okay, so if you were, Christy, because I know you love to host parties.
I love hosting parties.
If you were to host a New Year's party, what would it look like?
Yeah, and I mean, I would love to host one soon.
Next year.
Yeah, that would be cool.
2019 into 20.
Yeah. I mean, I have been, I think I've been to some parties. I don't know if they were New Year's parties. I would want it to be really fun. See, that's why I like to go to bars, because they'll have, cannons of glitter and just crazy DJ party lights, darkness, champagne
Dancing,
toasts,
everyone,
get crazy. That's what New Year's should be.
Yeah.
So, my parties don't usually get crazy. I mean, they get pretty fun.
They get very fun. I will say,
Also,
as a person that has
if you
attended.
host a New Year's party, then you have to clean the New Year's party.
Yes, that's
and
true.
if there's a glitter cannon in my house, that's gonna be a mess.
It is.
Just
a bit.
But it'd be worth it. Totally worth it. Yeah, no, if I were to host a party, it would have good music, because it always does, and hors d'oeuvres and champagne galore.
So let's say since you're not hosting a party, what should people do? Or what would you do for New Year's? Like, so I know you would like want to like go dancing, get like everyone should get like effed up. Shit, this is uncensored. Should get fucked up. And
it is called bottles and bitchin'.
So if what would you suggest for people to, if they were like, oh my god, I totally agree, I want to get fucked up, but I want to know what to do?
I mean, don't be a hot mess.
Ooh. Have you seen any?
I mean, I've been there.
I guess we all have.
Just make sure you take a cab or a taxi, whatever, like
or a Lyft,
or Lyft or Uber.
Nope, Lyft.
Lyft.
Yes, you can sponsor us anytime.
Yes, please. I used to drive for you guys. Anyway,
still drive for you guys.
Yeah, I went out and I've been the hot mess, but I've always taken you know, a driver, but it's when people drive.
Yeah, that's a scary thing.
Don't do it. It's not worth it. If you know you're going out and drinking, don't drive. Why put that pressure on you?
And like, there's so many ways to get around.
Yeah.
There's so many ways to get around.
So that's a big don't.
What's a do?
A do would be, you know, go to a bar that you feel comfortable with. Go out with people you feel comfortable with.
Ooh, would you go alone?
No. I mean, unless I don't know.
So if no one was here right now, and you were in Milwaukee, would you go out?
Yeah, I think I would.
Okay,
actually.
and just
Yeah, no, because
I would too.
I love meeting new people, and I love going out and dancing. And
what about for the introverts? What would you suggest they do?
Find a friend.
You heard it here first.
Find a friend. You know, and I've done the stay inside New Year's. I mean, we did it last year where we stayed in a big cabin. We rented it out with my family and sat in a hot tub and drank, and it was great.
Yes.
And, you know, other people were watching the New Year's thing on TV with the ball drop.
Ooh, do you have any traditions? Is that?
I mean,
like,
that's kind of a tradition.
Yeah,
for
that's
my
my
family.
tradition.
If you watch the ball drop, we like go on some sort of vacation.
Though? Who do you watch? Who do you watch drop that ball?
I don't know.
Oh, do you watch? Is it the Dick Clark Show?
Oh, Dick Clark Show. I did not know where you were hinting at.
She looked at my face and she looked confused. For those of you listening,
I don't know where you're leading me into, because now it's Ryan Seacrest.
Yeah, Ryan Seacrest is out.
Is he's still doing it though, right? Yeah, he took over.
I think he still is. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's so many.
You watch whatever pop stars are singing some sort of.
Well, and then they have those mishaps, and then they can't really sing, and then we realize like oh shit, billions of dollars gets pulped into. Anyway, that's a different episode. So okay, that's a tradition. But anyway,
yeah,
you would go out by yourself.
Yeah,
meet those people.
Yeah.
I always think it's a great idea to like just see what other people are up to, your friends, and like just be like, oh, cool. Like it's not like you're being intrusive.
Somebody's always hosting a party.
Well, someone's got to be partying. If not hosting, they're gonna be going out.
Yeah, I just
10 out of 10 people I've talked to.
I feel like the thing about New Year's parties is they feel too intimate for me. And you
want to have that full, vast
fresh start, man. Get me away from these fucking people.
Right. We can be together, but also it can't be there.
I need to be like super drunk and dancing my ass off in a cage above your asses.
Yeah, absolutely. And the sad thing is like, well, I guess I don't know if it's a sad thing, but the sad thing is everyone is drunk.
I'm on glass 3.
Oh, you're on glass 3? I think, I'm almost done with my bottle. I got like a little bit left.
Oh, God.
That's right. Oh,
we're
God.
We're at pace. Okay.
But I think going out by yourself is not bad.
No.
Going out with friends is great, but just have that ability to spread. Because, like, I think even when we went to said bar that was a theater, in Bayview, I think that we would talk to everyone. Everyone was everyone's best friend. And actually, that's something I love so much about New Year's, and that's so much I love about the Midwest, is we're so completely open.
It's very positive.
Yeah, extremely positive, and everyone is welcome. There's like that 1 or 2% of like the assholes that will not let you into the group, but then you find out they're not
the
from
bars
here,
to
so.
not go to.
Oh, God.
You know, and...
What would be a Class F failure, F is for failure, kind of bar that you wouldn't go to on New Year's, and a Class A bar that you would?
Well, it's got to have live music or a DJ for me. It's got to have music in general. And I mean, you can start the night out classy with like a classy lounge.
Okay.
And like work your way up to the partying, but I mean, I don't know. All bars are crazy on New Year's.
They are.
I mean, there really isn't a wrong bar to go to. There's a wrong thing to do at the bars. There's lots of wrong things to do at the bars.
Oh, tell me more. I want to know.
Well,
what do you not do at the bars? I want to know.
Yeah, I mean, you obviously like get drunk, but don't be like a hot mess before even midnight.
What is the definition
Make it
of
to midnight.
Okay, what is the definition of a hot mess? Because I've seen many different hot messes, like in stages.
I mean, if you're falling over, so you see the girls with the heels, and then they take off the heels, and then they're walking around in bare feet on broken glass, and stupid. Make it to midnight. You have to make it to midnight on New Year's.
That's
Otherwise, you're not celebrating New Year's.
Make it to midnight.
Make it to midnight. So from personal experiences, when we went out for New Year's at a big gay club and we went dancing and everything, they have this like 2 a.m. buffet.
Oh, God, yeah. I did
Don't
not
eat
go
that
into
buffet.
I did not go into
Do not eat the buffet.
Why should we not eat the buffet,
A certain someone we know, and that's not me, and that really, really isn't not me, but they got food poisoning.
From said buffet.
From said buffet. Because it's sitting, I mean, don't eat food at a bar. Just don't eat food at a bar. I mean, unless it's like a pub and grill. But like a dance club.
It's been sitting out since how long?
It's been sitting out.
You know, it's funny because at that bar, the same club, I asked like, shit, it's like 3:00. When do you guys close? And he goes, well, until the last person leaves. And I went, oh, good God, we could dance forever. That was the first thought in my mind. And the second thought is, I'm already really drunk.
Yeah.
So I need to go home.
Yeah. I mean, yes, know your limits.
Know your limits.
That's just kind of being a responsible drinker anyway.
So, okay, hot mess is really...
Hot mess is when you can't move, like you're not making any sense. You don't know where you are. I mean, like that's what hot mess is. Hot mess is when you're just like losing your shit.
Got it.
Like just... I mean, we've all seen the guy at the bar who's just like doesn't know
he
where he is, mumbling gibberish that doesn't make any sense.
Feeling people's hair. Yeah. It's a real
Don't
thing.
be that guy.
Don't make it till midnight.
Make it to midnight.
Well, that's crazy. Okay, so we have our parties. Mm-hmm. We have going out on New Year's. We have what it means to be safe. Drive Lyft if they sponsor us.
Yeah.
Drive Uber if they do that first. But I think do you think, okay, what's the percentage of people that find each other on New Year's?
Oh, like 3%.
3%?
I don't know.
Real?
I don't know. I guess I've
Okay,
never
so
really,
then 3%, and then what is the percentage of people that sleep together on New Year's but regret it?
99%.
That's 102%. 102%. Wait a minute. What? How is that possible? There's a godly person out there that is 2%.
97%. I'm sorry, I didn't know I had to do math in this after drinking a bunch of wine.
Okay, so pretty much any person that is out there.
I mean, okay, one night stands.
Okay.
Are great.
On New Year's.
If you have the right mentality about it. New Year's adds a whole nother level. It's kind of like sleeping together as a one night stand on Valentine's Day. I mean, I would put it at that level.
So would you say that someone's New Year's resolution is to sleep with someone? Like, are they winning?
No.
Are they winning at that point?
I mean, I guess if that's their New Year's resolution, sure.
I guess they can wait until the next year.
Okay, if I were a single woman on New Year's, then yeah, I would feel that pressure about the New Year's kiss kind of thing. And, and you know, when you're drunk and you're like kissing somebody, yes, that probably leads into a hookup at some point, or at least one of you hopes it's going to.
Do you think that a lot of people go out there being like, the single people, men and women, go out there going, oh man, I hope I get my like New Year's kisses and it's amazing, and then that person can be my person for the rest of my life?
I mean, I don't know about that last part, but
okay.
I mean,
okay.
So what are you going into New Year's doing?
So
like, what is your attitude for New Year's Eve?
That's true. Okay, so New Year's Eve, it would be great
as a single person.
Hey,
ladies.
I'm gonna make it till midnight. So
make it to midnight.
I swear to God, I'll make it to the end of the podcast, but that's about it. So I think
you can tell we've had a lot more wine since the beginning of this.
Can't you? So I'm about to finish the bottle here. As a single man, as me going into New Year's, it would be, yes, I would love a New Year's kiss. It would be great if it was from someone that I knew.
So you'd want it to lead into a date?
No, not necessarily. At this point, no. I would just like the comfort of like, I'm going to see it all around me, so that I can be part of that. So then what's
the meaning of that? Okay, so just so you can be part of it.
Yeah, it wouldn't be so like, oh my God, yes, okay, cool, we kissed. Now you shall have my children.
You are mine.
Yes, like, I'm not gonna, no, absolutely, that's like a psychopath talking. Been down that road before. Just kidding. But not really. So... No, it's not me that wanted the children. It was the other person. So I think.
We're going
you already spilled a little bit.
It's,
on the trees.
It's going down.
She is wearing trees. She's like showing it to you as you can see it, but you can't.
You can see it through the microphone.
But it's Smokey the Bear.
Smokey the Bear. Only you can prevent forest fires.
So
it's all your fault for what's happening in California, you guys.
But back to my single life. So, so I think like a first kiss would be really nice. I think I personally just go to bars.
Is it a first kiss for your New Year's kiss then?
No. We're going to call her Cheryl, because that is the one name that I can remember right now. So beautiful. Cheryl and I went to said bar at the Bayview, and we were kind of on drunk, and we had some edible chocolate.
Hey-o. Oh God, no, not that.
No, good stuff. Very, very controlled stuff. And it was a very, very nice edible chocolate. And
clearly we've had an experience.
We have. That might come out later, but not in this
Another episode.
Not in this episode. But so we, like, it was kind of nice because I was like, oh man, like I felt accomplished. Accomplished, Christy, that like, I'm like, I finally got a New Year's kiss. And then I don't know if I had it again, because I think of that moment as like the first, and then like, you know how it is, it's either like first or last kind of thing.
Yeah.
And now that I've had a bottle of wine almost and
and who knows if anything's for you guys.
Yeah, right. I don't know if I can remember anything else but that. I mean, it was great. Okay. But that is also when we started cheersing with our mouths. So like, I mean, that's another way that I remember us celebrating that New Year's kiss. So what would I like? I would love a New Year's kiss. Now, since I'm in the middle of,
3 Lakes, Wisconsin,
it would preferably be someone that I approve of.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, well, in 3 Lakes, you can kind of see.
Oh yes. A lot
of interesting
that wasn't 3 Lakes,
folk.
But that was out here. There are some interesting.
Yeah, there's some interesting folks. But I'm like, if it doesn't happen, I'll at least be able to kiss my shot glass, or my
Kiss with your drink. There you go. Cheers with your mouth. Cheers your drink with your mouth. I'm literally going to be
marrying alcohol, which is not alcoholism. It's just fucking weird.
See, now, so does a New Year's kiss mean marriage?
No.
Like, that's, we need to look this up.
I don't know. I think it's more so like, it's like, I believe, like, for some reason in my mind, it always goes for like the clink of a glass.
Yeah.
It's like, here's to the new year. Here's to the new so-and-so. if you're in a relationship, if you're not, it's like the equivalence in that second of a hug or a cheers.
Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah, no.
But
I mean,
in 2019, it probably means a whole lot more now because, like, I'm like, ugh, you can't just cheers with your mouth everywhere now. You know, you can't just go like, cheers to the bar, and then all of a sudden, like, you get slapped.
You shouldn't have done it in the first place. You know?
Absolutely. You got consent, children. Did we not say this? Well, that's hilarious. So, okay, Christy, any other New Year's thoughts? Anything that, I mean, I still have to chug half a glass.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, me too. Okay. Wait. Oh my God.
Oh my God. So, okay, I should say, what are our New Year's plans?
Okay, so our New Year's plans is to bar hop in Three Lakes, Wisconsin.
Oh man, it sounds insane.
Yeah, insane with like the 3 towny bars we're going to.
Three.
But they have a shuttle, which was surprising to see that they have that.
And they're all right next to each other. That's a
not
funny
that
part,
far
but like
from
they're
each
not that
other.
far.
So yeah, so that's our plan. I don't know. We're gonna kind of scout some bars in the area. I mean, so my parents recently bought this cabin that we are currently in, and it's in very northern Wisconsin. We're both from Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm. Downtown, baby.
Yeah, and so it's definitely as city folk going into this area.
We are noticed. We are so noticed.
We get special treatment. It's really weird.
It's very strange.
Like, we went to a diner and we kept getting, we went to a restaurant yesterday and we kept getting like apologized to, and we're like, we don't care. We're here for the beer.
Yeah. And even at the diner, they were looking at us like, oh, they need more coffee. Go.
And I'm like, I don't care.
Okay.
Like, I'm chill. I promise I'm chill. I may have pink hair and a side shave, but I'm a chill person, guys.
It's all right. I came in with my pea coat and my like monocle, and I said, yes, table for
we demand the highest quality of service.
Give me coffee.
And then we even went to fucking Walmart, and we were treated like a woman saw us waiting in line, pulled us out of the line to check us out only. Like, only us and nobody else that was behind us.
But she also said that we were like, you seem like, what did she say?
We look like a good time.
A good time. And I went, bitch, you know where it is.
You chose right.
You chose right. You know we're a good time.
But I was also like, what does that mean? I mean, I just always wonder what...
Oh, maybe she didn't have any New Year's plans.
We should have invited her out.
Oh, shit.
No, that was Rhinelander. That's the boonies to where Three Lakes is.
She's like, fuck, I'll find my own party here.
Yeah,
I'm at Walmart.
I mean, we're gonna explore the area. I love that. I mean, okay, right now it looks like we're in a snow globe. Like, you guys, I wish you were here because it's just so beautiful outside. Like, the snow is falling in slow motion, pine trees everywhere, covered in snow. We have like this whole wall of windows in this cabin, so it's beautiful.
I would actually highly recommend. Highly recommend.
And last year for New Year's, JT and I spent New Year's together. We did not have a New Year's kiss, but it's okay. And we were
in that hot tub, like drinking.
We were in
champagne.
a hot tub drinking champagne, eating cognac chocolates.
Oh God, great. I do recommend, but not.
Be careful.
Consent, children.
Consent. So, my family always likes to do the secluded in a cabin somewhere, vacation, watch TV, and just chill. But this year we're going to try to go out.
Yeah.
See what's around. We're going to try to check out a dance bar.
And, I got to say here, like, going back to the one of the first things we said about that resolution and refresh and, like, starting over, not really starting over, but just heightening and enlightening yourself.
Yeah.
I was not a person that believed in seclusion and being away, and specifically at this cabin.
Well, we're so used to city lifestyle.
Oh, we're so the constant connection, but actually like being away from that and being able to just check in with yourself. Excuse me, now I have the wine hiccups. Where you can just be with yourself, listen to yourself, and find whatever's going on with yourself, and connect just solely with that versus having people wanting to connect with you.
You have to connect
with you, or just like you need the affirmation that what you're doing is okay.
Yes.
But actually, it's so nice. So I highly recommend it. All right, we're running close on time here.
Yes.
So I'd just like to say thanks for listening.
Yes, thank you
This
guys.
is Bottles and
This is
Bitchin.
our first
Woo!
podcast recording.
We made it somehow.
We made it.
We're gonna chug this little
Yes.
last glass of wine here,
Yes.
but before we do that, this is Bottles and Bitchin, where the bottle of wine goes in and the bitchin comes out. I'm JT,
I'm Christy.
and I'm drinking Riesling.
I'm drinking sangria.
She had to look at the fucking bottle for that. And thanks for listening.
Thanks, guys. We made it.
Woo!